just as important as things that are built, we want to make sure that people have a voice in what is built, why it's built, and where. You can do all the building you want, but if it's not going to benefit the community, then it's for naught. So in 2022, we started a process that we call the Downtown Waterfront for All. We went into communities of Boston, including Chinatown, Hyde Park, Mattapan, East Boston, and Dorchester, and we held community listening sessions, focus groups, we put out surveys, and we wanted to hear from people, especially from diverse communities, what is your connection to the waterfront in Boston? If you have a relationship, what is it? Do you go to the aquarium? Do you go for a walk on the Harbor Walk? If you don't have a relationship with the waterfront, why is that? What are the barriers that exist from you getting there and having a voice in the advocacy process? So what we ended up hearing fall into these general themes. There's a lack of connectivity that people feel. So despite Boston being relatively a small city, it's difficult to get from one end of the city to the other, down to the waterfront, which leads to transportation. That's an ongoing issue for our entire state, and the aquarium, we don't think we can be, the one institution to fix that issue, but it's really important to keep hearing that it still is a number 1 issue. Programming. So a lot of people said that once they get down to the waterfront, they don't feel like there is programs that they want to engage in or that are culturally relevant to them, and a sense of belonging. So I guess skipping to inclusivity, a lot of people, especially people of color, feel that they come down to the Boston waterfront and they don't feel like they belong there. And then climate change. So people said they want to be involved in these advocacy processes, but they don't know how, and they don't feel like they've been asked to join. So all of this, we are now taking into action starting this year and moving forward with new events we're trying to host at the aquarium. We're going to start hosting intimate advocacy sessions with community members where they can come hear about initiatives that we are driving, and they can also share ideas that they might have or questions about some work that we do. And then a recent program that we just launched in February is BPS Sundays. So this past January, Mayor Michelle Wu hosted her State of the City, and in her speech, she announced this program. She referenced her own childhood in Chicago as motivation for this program. As the daughter of Taiwanese immigrants, money and resources were often stretched thin. And she said in her speech, "But on this day, none of that matters because it's a Tuesday. And on Tuesdays, the big art museum downtown has free admission. And in this moment, this mom with no money and no words in this language feels like the best mom on earth because she has given her daughter the world for a day." So from February through August of this year, all Boston Public Schools students and their family members can attend a number of cultural institutions in the city for free. This is a public-private partnership, meaning the city, some private funders, and the cultural institutions have all pitched in to support this effort. The participating organizations are the Aquarium, the Boston Children's Museum, the Museum of Science, Franklin Park Zoo, the Institute of Contemporary Arts Boston, and the Museum of Fine Arts. Students and families can register online, on the phone, or in person, and they only need to present their full name and student ID. So far, it's been incredibly successful. As a humble brag, the aquarium has seen the highest attendance numbers of all the institutions so far. Just in the first 3 months of the pilot, the aquarium has welcomed 6,335 BPS students and family members to the aquarium, and that makes up about 37% of visitors across all the institutions, which has been about 17,000 visitors. And many visitors are sharing that it's their first time coming to the aquarium and the other institutions. So we know that this is really reaching an audience that hasn't previously been able to participate in STEAM topics. Each month we share our attendance data with the city and Boston Public Schools, who then send back anonymized demographic data so we can understand who and where this program is really reaching and benefiting. We're very excited to see how the rest of this program progresses, and hopefully it opens opportunities to be expanded. So what's next? There's a lot that still needs to be done. I will say for the aquarium in general, this advocacy function and community engagement function is relatively new. I think for a long time we have focused on what goes on inside our building. But in the past, let's say 5 or 6 years, it's been an intentional effort to get out into the community, whether it's at City Hall, the State House, or at a local community center speaking to residents to hear what they want to see from us. So we know that this is going to take a public-private partnership, especially with coastal resilience work. It can't be any one parcel that saves our state. Everyone really needs to come together for comprehensive planning. There need to be funding opportunities, so that's something we are trying to dig into all the way up to the federal level, down to the city level. A commitment to DEI+, making sure that everybody has a voice in the process, and promoting a balanced use of the ocean, whether it's preservation, industrialization, the workforce, we can all come together to protect our ocean. Thank you very much.